I've just maxed out a credit card to make sure this happens.
In this video, I'm taking Adam from going from corporate sales to having his own business who wasn't going well to being able to jump into high ticket sales as a remote closer and closing his first deal. You're going to be seeing everything behind the scenes from how I train him in sales, getting him placed onto his first offer, and giving him live feedback on calls whether he closes the deal or not. Stay tuned. Why was it so important to get into sales now?
Man, well, my ultimate goal of buying back my childhood home, for my mum and dad's, that's there, but I know that's going to take a while to get to. I mean, just even in the short term, man, just paying off my debts, having some breathing room that I haven't had for 3 years now. Kind of realized I had to make a change.
Now, the other side of it, though, is everyone has always some fears, and I'm really curious for you, I guess, what's some of your concerns? What are you worried about coming into this?
I had to go all or nothing right here. I'm all in. I've just maxed out a credit card to make sure this happens. That's not an easy thing to do. I'm kind of worried because I'm thinking about what my family or what my friends will sort of think of me if I fail.
I'm going to teach you first how to sell. I'm going to give you that structure so everything actually makes sense and make sure you actually know how to sell the thing. I remember you said you're quite into fitness, so I have a feeling we're going to lean that way, right?
Yes.
And start to tweak you onto the fitness side of things. And then we're going to get you actually on calls, okay? Get you live onto calls once you have the skill set built so we can start making that money and see if we can get that first commission check in the next month.
Yeah, let's do it.
Before you can close anything, you really need to understand how sales actually works. To know what sales is, you need to know what sales isn't. So sales isn't you pushing someone, okay? It's not you being manipulative. Stop thinking you're selling people in general. You're guiding someone to help them make a decision that they've been delaying or haven't had the mental capacity to think of by themselves. I think of it a bit like, you ever go bowling?
Yeah, a couple of times.
Right? And you go bowling and you see the kids, and obviously they're young, they get the guardrails that pop up to make sure that the ball doesn't go off track and it just keeps going down, right?
Yeah. I've seen them.
That's our job in a sales call, all right? We're not there to push someone. They're already given the momentum, but when they start to go off track, we bump them back in so they stay on purpose, all right? So that way they actually get to the decision that they said they wanted to do. That's the purpose.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Now, you're going to have some doubts. There's going to be times, Adam, when you're going through this that you feel really good. There's also going to be times where you're probably doubting yourself, did I make the right decision? That's completely normal, man. Think about when you were a kid again, right? And you did anything new, it can be a little bit terrifying. You're not sure if you're actually good at it. You're not sure if you're bad at it yet. But it's about going through and just doing the reps regardless. So overall, the sales call has 5 pieces. You have your intro, your discovery, your pitch, your close, and your objection handling. Introduction is pretty simple, bro. It's just how you actually have a conversation. So don't overcomplicate it. It's just saying, hey, this is what's going to happen. This is how the call is going to go. All right?
All right. Okay. Yeah. Quite simple.
The second piece is the discovery. Now, the discovery is one of the most important pieces of the call. And what you're trying to get here is you want to get what a clear problem is in their life that's having them want to making a change and the goal of what they're trying to achieve. So if you can have one solid problem, one solid goal, otherwise said as seeing where they're at right now and where they want to be. That's the entire purpose of the discovery, okay?
Okay.
Now, the presentation is where you talk about your solution. And the entire point of the presentation is to make them feel that you understand them and you have the key, if you will, to the gate so they can go from the issues that they're facing right now to where they actually want to be. For yourself, it's being able to buy back your childhood home, get that flexibility and breathing room back.
Yeah.
And presenting the easiest way. Okay?
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Once you do that, you're going to actually have to ask them for money. No one's going to close at them unless you say, hey, so the investment to get started is going to be $10,000. How would you like to proceed from here?
Sure.
Okay.
So always ask for the sale after that.
Have to ask for the sale. When you ask for the sale, it's very rare that someone's just going to say, Yeah, sweet. I want to do it. Let's get into it. Usually they're going to have what we call objections, which is when people voice a concern. It's not someone saying no. If someone didn't want to do it, Adam, they'd just say, "Hey, I don't want to do this. See you later." Okay? But it's someone having, well, it usually comes from a place of lacking clarity, and they need to get their concerns handled, which is what we call objection handling, in order to be able to move forward.
Okay. Sure.
And there's two major pieces. So you either have logistical, which is if, say, someone has money issues, or they need to go talk to their partner, they need to sort out the time, whatever that is, it's logistical. Things that actually need to change in order for them to be able to make it happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So like people are just saying that they don't have the money right now or something like that, and need to talk to their wife.
Exactly. And the other side is fear. So if someone doesn't have logistical stopping them, they could have fear. That whether it be fear of you because they just met you, fear of the program, like is this actually going to get the results that they said? Or fear of failure, fear of what other people can think. Fear is a really big category, and sometimes they don't even know what they're afraid of. It's just a weird feeling inside. All right. Adam, good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, good to see you, man.
Look, so now that you've had a chance to be able to come to some of the group sessions, so what I want to do today, I just want to do some role plays. We're going to do a little bit of role play through the discovery, and then I want to get into the objection handling too, so we can kind of work through right after the price drop. All right?
Sure.
So I'm going to be the prospect. You're the closer. All right? And then as we're going through, if I need to stop, pause, I'll give you some feedback, and then we'll jump back in. We'll keep going. All right?
Okay. Sure. What's the biggest reason that you're exploring mobility right now?
Man, my hips have just been killing me. Like I had a hip surgery
Right.
like 6 months ago, and it hasn't come right yet.
Right. What specifically? Oh shit, my bad, bro.
You're all good, man. Go again.
Cool. Okay, so like, what's the biggest reason that you're exploring mobility right now?
Well, just because I had that, I had a surgery like a couple years back.
When was that?
It was about, I don't know, 2024. It's like a year and a half ago.
Well, yeah, year and a half now. Okay. Like, what's specifically like the issue with your hip?
So I had hurt it, and I had actually had a fall. So.
Okay.
And like it got fixed. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm able to walk. I feel like everything's really tightened up since, and I just can't move like I was before.
When do you sort of feel it the most?
Honestly, man, it's kind of all the time, but like especially in the mornings when I get up after a long night sleep.
Okay, sure. And I guess like on a scale of like 1 to 10, and like 1's being no pain, 10's being a lot of pain, where are you?
It ranges, man. I mean, like in the morning, I'd say it's like a 7 or an 8. Like it's quite painful. And then as the day goes on, it probably goes down to like a dull like 3.
Right. Okay. So I guess like how long's that been going on for?
Man, it's been, I don't know. It's probably been going on since the surgery happened, to be honest, the whole time.
Right. So a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Okay. And like what really caused you to get that surgery?
Well, like I said, I had a fall. So pause there again, Adam.
Yeah.
What I need you to do, I need you to have your listening ears on, right? So one of the most important things when we're going through a discovery with someone, we want to make sure that they feel understood and like we're listening. Because if they don't, and we have to ask them questions on things we should already know the answers to, it just comes off like we're not listening and we don't really care. Okay? And I know that's not the case, right? So even though we have the script in front of you, what I want you to try and do is just remember the context of what someone said. Be like, oh, okay, so you want to get this fixed because, obviously the surgery's been an issue. I'm just curious, did you have any issues like before the surgery? And that's the way you could ask that if you're trying to see history before surgery.
All right. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, because I guess if you don't, they'll just get pissed off at you.
Exactly, man. Exactly. So let's run it again. Keep it going.
Okay, sure. So yeah, like, but before the surgery, was there anything else that was sort of going on?
I mean, I've kind of always had like a bit of a tight body, but like nothing too serious.
Okay, sure. When you say tight body, like, how do you mean?
Well, I mean, like, I grew up playing a bit of sport, and I probably had a couple smaller injuries that I never addressed as probably as well as I should have.
Okay.
And those kind of things just lingered.
Right. Of course. And I guess, like, obviously, like, after the surgery, what have you actually done to try and fix this?
Man, I've been working with my physio, right? And like I was going to physio. You know how like the surgeon, after you do the surgery, they give you some local physio, and like
Yeah.
that was okay. Like it got me walking, but like I feel like it just hasn't taken away the pain.
Okay. Sure. I get you. And that sort of pain that you're feeling right now, is that an everyday thing, or do you feel that only sometimes?
Yeah, like I said, like it's every day, man.
Okay. Sure. And I guess, like, how's your sort of sleep quality right now, if you were to put it on a scale of 1 to 10?
It's not great, to be honest. Like it feels pretty fucked.
Okay. How do you mean?
Well, it just like I sleep in a fair bit of pain. Like I don't get bad sleep, right? I don't want you to think it's like terrible. That's not. I wouldn't say that's the bigger issue. It's more when I wake up in the morning.
Right. Okay. Well, I guess, like, what would you say about your stress levels on a scale of 1 to 10?
Where you could have taken that instead is, but okay, man. So your hip's causing you some issues. I guess, like, why is this so important to address now, right? And then you're going to get into some of that urgency of why he actually is on the call, what made him want to address this, why not just continue with the physio that he has been doing,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
And then
Sure.
also, when you asked about the physio, when I gave my answer of said, like, oh, I've been doing the physio, you moved on. What you want to check is you want to see, well, have you done anything else? Just to see, because maybe he went to a chiropractor and that failed as well.
Okay. So you want to get, like, a history as well as present with this.
Exactly. So if we role play that like that, so Adam, I guess, like, have you done anything to try and get your hip fixed? Like, what have you been trying to do the last year and a half?
Like, I've been to, like, a physio before.
Sure. How's that gone?
Yeah, I mean, it went okay, but, like, he gave me a program, and I didn't really see any results from it.
Have you tried anything else?
I did go to a chiropractor as well. That was okay, but the pain just returned after like 2 months.
Short fixes.
Yeah.
Nothing permanent.
Yeah.
When was that? When did you try that?
That was around about 3 months ago.
Okay, and when did you stop that?
Well, yeah, probably. Maybe it's probably just, I only did a month, so after 2 months, like 2 months ago.
Okay, all right. And have you been looking at anything else to try and adjust this, or have you just been living with the pain?
No, I've not really tried anything else.
Why is that?
I mean, I just kind of hoped it would fix itself.
Realize it won't though, eh?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly.
Nothing changes if you don't, right?
Yeah. No, exactly. No, nothing does change.
Okay, so could you see what I was doing there, doing those small interject probes? I got a lot of clarity on what he had tried, see why he wasn't trying something currently, because that gives us a lot of good context to be able to help him make a better decision. Okay? Let's leave the discovery there. I think I want a top takeaway though. What was your top takeaway from doing that?
I need a lot of clarity on what's going on. Like, right now I'm just kind of reading the script. I'm not, like, actually finding out, how long, what they've done in the past, what they've done recently, why it didn't work, that sort of thing.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. So you did a really good job. That's pacing the objection. There's some spots we can clean up for it, but that's really good flow. From there, if anyone ever has a money concern, we need to go through what we call an open wallet sequence. The open wallet is basically where you get them to talk about their finances and their situation. And you'd be like, look, man, I never want investment to be the reason something holding you back. I guess if we're able to make something work that fits your budget, are you wanting to get some help today? And they're going to say yes, right? Like, who doesn't want help, right? And be like, sweet. So I'm not asking what you can spend. I'm just seeing what you have access to, just to see if I can even help.
Okay. I feel like people wouldn't want to do that, no?
It all comes from a place of intention. Like, Adam, if you're going through it and you're like, I'm just going to find out what this guy has so I can get as much money as possible, people can feel that intention, bro. Like, it's a shit thing to do. But if you're coming from the spot of, I want to help this guy, he seems like he really needs to get his mobility fixed, I'm just trying to see if there's any way that we can help him. People can feel the intention of if you're being real or not.
Yeah, because like I that's the one thing I don't want to be, man. I don't want to be like a sleazy kind of just sales guy that just wants cash. You know, exactly. I want to help people.
Awesome. Give me a top takeaway, bro. Before we finish up today's call, give me a top takeaway.
Yeah, well, obviously in the discovery being just having more clarity, but like objections is more so just pacing. Like I don't have the money, or it's a lot of money. That's not a no. That's just, you know, I can still figure out what's going on.
All right, brother. I'll speak with you next week, okay?
Right. Take it easy, man. I'll see you.
See you, buddy. All right. So, Adam, I'm super happy with how things have been going, bro. Like, you've been killing it on the group sessions. I'm ready. I'm ready for you to start applying for some of these roles so we can get you live onto an account. Now, have you had a chance to look in school and actually see where those accounts are to apply?
No, I've not managed to see where it is. I've only been looking at the resources, man.
Okay, cool. Let me show you real quick. Basically, I have a network of business owners that are always looking to hire, and they come to me because they love the work that I do with people like yourself, Adam. Okay? So they trust me to be able to put people forward to them so they have great talent. So if you come into the classroom setting and you go under offers, hiring, and tips for the hunt, okay? There's some great tips here, and jump on a Susie session so you get your interview and your Loom prep going first. She's going to be able to help you make sure you can actually land the role and just do it super proficiently. But then when you come in here and you've gone through those, then you can go into closer roles hiring. So all these are different closer roles that are hiring. And then there's some setter roles here. I don't think we need to worry about setting for you at the moment. Let's just go straight into the closing role. The top two here are both fitness offers. So I want you to apply for this one. It's a huge supplement offer. They're hiring hundreds of reps at the moment. My buddy Joel's recruiting for them. Same with the guys over at Moves Method. So this is an awesome like mobility one. I think is actually the script I sent you that we role played through. So I got a couple closers on that account. Okay. Then there's another fitness account in here. So what I'd suggest is go through and apply for all the ones that look good to you. And if we're going to try and sell fitness, go through and apply to all the fitness roles. Okay.
Yeah. The Moves Method, especially with our script, I really like that.
Awesome, bro. All right. Let me know how that goes this week, and then I'll catch you next week.
Cool. I'm excited, man. Cool.
All right, bro. Adios.
Right. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
So give me the update, Adam. How's the week gone of applying for roles?
So I've actually got some really good news. After the session with Susie, and I talked to everybody, I applied, I landed the role at Moves Method. So yeah. So I'm looking forward to it, man. Plus, it's the script that we've been going over. So yeah, let's do it. Let's smash it,
bro. That's awesome. When do you start live calls?
Start live calls tomorrow, because I've done my ramping on right now, and I've got calls tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Well, let's dive in then. I want to save more of this session then, and we'll finish our one-on-one once you have a call to review, and let's go through it and see if we can fix what's going on and get you cracking on the deals.
Yeah, sure. Hopefully I close.
Bro, if you close one of your first calls, You shoot me out of the water. I'm excited.
Yeah, yeah, let's do it.
All right, Brusky. I'll speak with you. Let's book it in for Friday then, okay?
Okay, cool. Right. Well, take it easy, man. I'll see you soon.
No worries, bro. You got this. Good job again. All right, brother. Let's jump in. You closed your first fucking deal, eh?
Close the first deal, bro. I'm buzzing.
Bro, you should be buzzing. All right, let's dive in. I want to check this out. And look, we like to look at deals that have closed and also calls that haven't closed because there's always good pieces to pull out of both, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So when we're looking through here, I'm sure there's going to be some amazing stuff, but there'll also be some spots we can tweak to make it more efficient for the next call you take, all right?
Okay. Cool.
All right, can you see that?
Yeah. I can see that. You see my okay?
Yeah.
Can you hear it as well?
Yeah. Can hear it.
All right, perfect.
No, I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm okay.
Good stuff, man. I know. Obviously, last time we were supposed to have a call. You're at a football game, was it? And something happened.
Yeah, I had a game on Thursday with my friends.
Yeah.
I didn't take it easy, but and nothing I can recall went bad. But after the game, my left knee felt a bit swollen, and
Right.
what was already I already know that my left knee is a bit worse than my right, and I can't bend it as much. And now it got a bit worse and hasn't really fully recovered. But it was a bit premature to do it on Saturday, so I said it's better if I delay it a bit.
Okay. So, just because there may be some confusion, I just want to say it from the start. This here, it's more like a consultation of chatting about everything. It's not actually to see what you can do and do a full movement analysis instead. Right? Does that make sense? There. Yeah. And basically, after we chat, just see what is going on and if we can help out any further. We have different options. So there's personal coaching, but there's also different programs we can offer, or just see how to really help you go ahead, right?
Okay.
So does that make sense there?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So you set the frame there. Overall, wasn't too bad. What we can clean up on that though is just making it a little bit more concise with your words.
Okay.
Right? Just to shorten it down just a wee bit, okay?
Yeah. I know. I notice I say a lot.
yeah, exactly. You're like yeah. He's like, awesome, man. So look, the point of today's call, like I said, we're just going to be going through, doing a bit of a consult, see where you're at. We got heaps of different ways we can help people. I just want to see how we can best serve you. And if we're able to do that, I'll walk you through what it looks like. And look, if you're all set with the toolkit, then that's no stress at all as well.
Awesome. Yeah, it's very, very just straightforward and quick.
Yeah, bro. Let's dive in. Let's see where this gets started.
So I know that you were talking to Joshua. Could you just kind of walk me through what's really got you looking into mobility in the first place with this?
Well, you have to give you a background. I try to be brief as much as possible. I was into sport when I was younger. I was doing handball and football. It was an amateur level, obviously, but around when I was 18, and I broke my left anterior cruciate, and I operated it. I did a reconstruction. I'm sure I didn't do a proper rehabilitation, and I jumped back into the sport. Eventually, also tore my right ACL, and when I was, I think around 26, 27, I did a reconstruction of that.
Okay.
And I kind of laid off the contact sports scene.
Okay, so good news is he's being very open and talkative to you.
Yeah.
Bad news is he isn't really answering your question.
Yeah, I see that.
So there's kind of two pieces of information on every call, right? You have what we call interesting information and important information. Everything he's giving you right now, it's interesting, and part of it's important, but it passes over important when it just goes in so much level of detail. Okay? At the beginning, when we ask this question, we're just trying to figure out why he is trying to fix his mobility. And now he's giving you the whole backstory. So there I'd want to interject and probe just to pull him back on a topic, because you're going to go through this a little bit later in the call.
Only doing a couple of months at a time.
No, in my life, I'd never kept up gym and weights or strength training for more than a couple of months, I would say. But now it's been 2 years, so consistent doing it consistently,
Yeah.
watching, learning online. That's how I came across you guys. So I guess it's inevitable that there are results, and I can see results both in terms of strength and the way I look. But the more I learn, the more I realize it's not what I'm really after. I'm not doing this for any kind of bodybuilding or powerlifting competition by any means. I just want to be able to move better and feel younger and be able to play with my kids. So
I can see them there.
they're not here right now.
Great little charisma building. It was a small touch in there compared to some of the other calls we reviewed, Adam, where you didn't go into a story about you, but you stayed on him, and it just flowed really nicely.
But as I said, it's not something that happens very often in the day-to-day movements. It's more something that I can sense when I'm doing the mobility drills, that the right hip has in front, I guess. Yeah, it's in the front.
So he's giving you really good information. He's being very talkative. What I want to do in here is just see if we can get some more interject and probes, so we're leading the conversation a little bit more, okay?
But I guess like with that guidance and having someone there doing a sort of analysis of what you're doing, like, is that anything you've ever tried before or even wanted to try? That's all.
I've never done it. Something I'd consider, but obviously, I think there's no definitely nothing wrong in doing it.
So you asked a good question. Interestingly, he didn't answer your question at all, but he did give you other good information.
It was like it was on the tip of his tongue. He just really wanted to say it.
Exactly. So once he said this a little bit, I would re-ask this question in another way.
Okay, how would you do that?
Yeah, so it'd be like this. So he went through and be like, sweet, so have you tried anything before, that you wanted or even wanted to try something? He's like, no, I haven't, like it's been thinking about it. Like, I don't really have anything. I feel like I just, I'm just at the point where I just need some extra help. No, for sure, man. I'm curious, like, what had you tried or what did you even think about doing besides just the toolkit? Like, I'm just curious what your journeys look like.
Okay. Yeah. I see, and he would let you know. It's like the history and the present thing we talked about before.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, even like picking up your kids, like, does that sort of hurt to do, or?
No, imagine that if I had to, my knee mobility is so bad. At least the way I see it is that when I had tried to kneel. When I kneel down on the floor and I try to sit on my ankle, I can't. Like the range, the angle doesn't close enough, and I'm not sitting on my ankles.
So this is really good. This is where I'd interject and probe, right? Because you talked about the kids here, which is awesome. You pulled out great emotion. He kind of dodged it because it didn't hit too much.
Yeah.
Right? So what I would do is I'd re-interject on the thing he talked about. So based on context, if he has kids, right, and he says he can't kneel on the floor, be like, gotcha, so you can't really like get down and play with them as easily as you'd like to, can you?
Yeah. That was
right. And then that would have pulled on that emotional side, which you were trying to go for with the kids, which is a great angle to do. We want to do that. We want to touch into the emotion so he really feels the impact of moving forward.
Yeah.
But because he didn't answer you, it kind of tangents off somewhere else. So you can re-jump in there and be, again, that guide rail to bounce him back into the center.
It can't do it. Like, how does that sort of make you feel, like, seeing other people that are able to sort of do it?
I mean, I think that they don't even know that they can do it. It's like, I envy them for being able to do something that they don't even know they have. Like it's some, So
this was a great aha moment. So you can see when he answered this question, you can see he's really thinking about it, and it really struck him. And there you could have interjected in their envy. What do you mean?
Yeah, got more on there.
Yeah, but that's really good, bro. You can see he had that aha moment, which is what we look for in the discovery. So that's really good.
I guess just based on sort of that plan that we just went over, like, do you see how that sort of extra support like gives you like additional to what the toolkit provides?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I mean, because it's like there's direct feedback from someone, I guess. No.
Yeah, exactly. I guess like what really stands out to you like in this additional help?
Hmm. Yeah.
What really stands out?
Beautiful. So he didn't answer your question and you didn't just let it pass. So good, Adam. You doubled down and said, no, like what really stands out? You made him answer.
Yeah, sure. That was from the last group training. What I learned.
Yeah, we can't let people go past without answering our questions, right?
Yeah. So I mean, the funding to go ahead with it is the 1,600. I believe I said there.
Yeah.
1,686 euros.
Mhm.
So what we could do is get the agreement sort of signed on here.
Mhm.
And if we did the payment, what would happen is you would get a coach today that would be assigned to you, and they would contact you, and from there we'd be able to kind of go ahead with everything.
So that was good. We need to make it a little bit more concise, right? So
Yeah.
he asked,
Well, how does it work?
you're like, great, man. So you've already tied down. He knows it wants to do the right thing. Sweet. Like I said, the investment is 1,600. Again, not payment. The investment is 1,600. Once we get that sorted, we'll sign over the agreement. I'm actually going to link you with your one-on-one coach today so you guys can get started and working on your individual plan.
Yeah.
Cool. And then from there, you go through and you get them closed, eh?
Yep. Send over the agreement, the payment, and from there.
Bro, that's awesome. That is epic. So Adam, now you've been in the program, what, like 3 weeks?
Yeah. It's literally turned 3 weeks today.
Bro, you got your first couple of deals under your belt. Can you just walk me through, like, how's your experience been compared to what you, I guess, thought it would be?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, when I first came in, it was scary because I went all in. I put all of my cash down, everything, and it was scary. But from what I've learned, from what the one-to-ones have done and what the group coaching, like, I mean, I've closed 2 deals so far, and like this is literally my first week, first 5 days in this offer. Like, this here is wild to me. Like, see, if I'm actually looking at it from a bird's eye view, I was making £1,000 a month in my last job, right, in the business. Now in 5 days I made £700.
Bro, that's nuts. You basically made what you made in a month in less than a week, and it's your ramp up week.
Yeah, it's my ramp up week, so I'm not even taking as many calls as I could.
Well, bro, I'm really proud of you, man. You've really put in the efforts. It's one side being able to coach someone and guide you. It's the other side is you have to show up, right? When things feel uncomfortable, when you don't have all the confidence in the world. Again, confidence isn't the prerequisite. It's the byproduct of doing the actions, which you've been able to do.
Now I feel confident to keep on going, and my goal for like next month is to hit like the top 5 in the leaderboard in there.
Bro, we might have to do a client check-in next month, see how the first full month actually goes for you.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
This is what I do. I train people, whether you have experience or you're completely brand new. I don't care if you're working on a construction job, you're working in the corporate like Adam was, or maybe you're running a business and it's not going how you want it to. And I teach them the structure so the sales conversations can feel easy and can flow without feeling like a pushy salesman, right? Being the guide in that conversation. Once I teach you how to sell, we get you placed onto a proven offer so you can start closing your first deals and finally get that freedom that you've been craving. Now, if you want to do what Adam was able to do, check out my free community below, and I'll see you on the inside.